So the reports we're getting, the N3 highway in Durban from the Midma Dam off-ramp to Pietermaritzburg has remained closed in both directions. It is believed that at least 20 trucks were set alight in the vicinity of the Mooi River Toll Plaza since last night. Our reporter Jade Lee Polter is on scene for us. She's comes to us live now. Jade Lee, what's changed since the last hour?
Well, a very good morning to you, Blaine, once again. Cleanup operations are now underway on the N3 toll route in the vicinity of Mooi Toll Plaza in KwaZulu-Natal following last night's violent protests. Protesters torched 23 heavy motor vehicles on the N3 near Mooi River, including a tanker on your screen, Blaine, carrying a highly inflammable substance. Luckily, unfortunately, there was no casualties, no injuries were reported from the scene. Light motor vehicles heading northbound towards Gauteng are also being diverted at Midma, then back onto the N3 at Treverton. So that's what's happening at the moment. We're seeing the cleanup operations. We are on a hill showing you the visuals on your screens right now of those burnt trucks. 19 trucks here at the Mooi River Plaza. A further 6 more have been reported in Umtuba. My colleagues are en route there to assess the severity of those trucks that have been burned. But at the moment here at the plaza, cleanup operations are underway. I'm also told that there will be a police deployment here in the vicinity to ensure that there aren't any flare-up with regards to protesters. The N3 is still closed. No cars can come to or fro from the N3. It is still closed. They're going to be monitoring the situation. Once they have removed all the trucks off the road, as you can see on your screens, with the tow trucks removing that petrol tanker, then they will assess whether to open the roads or not. This is what's coming from officials and authorities in Durban. Unfortunately, there's no one here to speak to find out what is going to happen. When are the roads going to be open? There are several people just behind the toll where there is traffic that's been backed up. There's also some traffic that has been rerouted via Tweedy around Howick to escort that traffic making its way that side. However, on the N3, on the southbound lane and northbound lane, traffic and the roads have been diverted and the roads are closed, Blaine.
You say the N3 is still closed. Tell the audience why this is such a big deal in terms of the economic implications especially.
Well, Blaine, what we are seeing right now on our screens is millions of rand, Blaine. I mean, if I can just ask Heinrich just to pan to his left and just show you that there were also luxury vehicles that were burnt on these trucks, several BMWs, Audis, as well as Mercs that have been torched. I spoke to one of the truck owners earlier on, Mr. Mhlongo, and he evidently was very upset, very angry, also telling me there on air during our crossing that he doesn't know what he's going to do. His truck costed 1.8 million rand, and the implications are dire, Blaine. He now has to lay off staff members, also telling us how the truck driver at the time was so scarred by what had happened last night. He had to flee into the bushes during those violent protests and the clashes between truck drivers and the protesters. But you rightfully said, I mean, this lane, the Mooi River lane, the Mooi River Road is so important, it's so vital for KwaZulu-Natal because we have our exports coming into the province. These trucks make their way from all around the country, coming through to our ports. And essentially, if this is closed, there's a backlog of trucks coming from Gauteng, coming from all over the province. They can't make their way in here. Goods are unable to come into the province. So economically, yes, very, very severe. And what has happened here is dire to the economy of KwaZulu-Natal.
I'm just looking at the statement from KZN government. It says that police say a comprehensive multidisciplinary provincial security plan has been deployed and all law enforcement agencies are on high alert as they attend to this quote-unquote unfortunate and unlawful situation taking place in the province. Are you seeing this security plan in real time where you are?
Well, earlier on, Blaine, we did see a small group of police officers making their way here. I suppose they were coming to assess the situation and see what exactly was happening on the grounds. Like you said, there was a statement released there by provincial government as well as police saying that they're going to get to the bottom of this. The statement by Brigadier Vish Naidu as well, SAP spokesperson, national spokesperson, saying they're going to find the perpetrators, they're going to find those who are leading these organized protests, and they will get to the bottom of this. We also saw a statement by provincial government, that being the Premier of the province, Sihle Zigalala, where he also said that, he's calling for calm. He does not want this to happen in his province. He's saying that in as much as supporters of former President Jacob Zuma are disgruntled, they're angry, and they are upset about what has happened, we cannot resort to violence. So we have seen the provincial government releasing a statement yesterday talking on the protests that have happened in eMpangeni, in KwaZulu-Natal, outside Pietermaritzburg, and we have yet to see whether they release another statement in light of what happened in the early hours of this morning here at Mooi River Plaza, Blaine.
Any indication at this stage, Jadely? I know it's pretty difficult to assess when things have just happened, but any indication as to when this will be all cleaned up and that road open?
Well, right now there's several trucks that need to be taken off the roads. I mean, just counting now, there's about 15. They've removed about 3 or 4 trucks I've seen. These ones right now on your screens are the big ones. They are the major ones that they need to move. The rubble has been taken off so far, I can see, but if you just look down this road, there's several other trucks on the right-hand side here. We can't show you at the moment because we're coming from a hill, just to give you a wide shot of what is happening from the top, a bird's eye view. But yes, there are several of these trucks. Once they remove the ones that are blocking traffic, I suppose then they will definitely open up the N3. We are waiting confirmation from law enforcement and officials, and once we have that, we can also tell our viewers that the N3 has been opened, Blaine.
All right, the assessment will come a little later on. We did speak to the N3 Toll Concession. For now, it's about mop-up operations, cleaning up, getting that road open. Jadely Polter, JLP, thank you very much indeed. We'll come back to you in a short while. Stand by. The top visual that you're currently seeing, that's Ayanda Mhlongo.